I spend my 20s chasing highways, my 30s chasing paychecks tall, my 40s building bigger plans, certain I'd outgrow them all. Every year I drew new blueprints for a life just out of sight. Always one more mile ahead, always one more hill to climb. I kept telling myself a story, just a little farther now, just a little more success, just a little more somehow. And tomorrow stood before me like a city made of gold, always close enough to follow, never close enough to hold. I build a house for tomorrow, board by board, year by year. But tomorrow never moved in, it vanished every time it appeared. I gave my days to a future that remained beyond my view. Then one morning I awakened and discovered life was through. There was a barber in Missouri who swept the same old floor for years, listening to men's victories, listening to their fears. One afternoon he told me, while the sunlight crossed the room, everybody thinks they're living, but most folks are postponing it. He said they save their laughter for later, their gratitude for another day, their love for when they're less busy. Then life quietly slips away. Those words stayed in my pocket long after I left that chair, growing heavier with every birthday and every strand of silver hair. I built a house for tomorrow, board by board, year by year. But tomorrow never moved in, it vanished every time it appeared. I gave my days to a future that remained beyond my view. Then one morning I awakened and discovered life was through. The wheat still bends before the wind, the moon still climbs above the plain, the seasons still perform their dance without concern for loss or gain. Nature never rushes forward, never bargains with the clock, never sacrifices springtime trying to improve the fall. Only people trade the present for promises they cannot see, exchanging living moments for imagined certainty. And somewhere in that bargain 1,000 sunsets disappear, along along with quiet miracles we thought would still be here. A daughter waiting at the doorway, a father resting after work, a friend calling just to talk a while, a dog asleep beside the porch, the smell of rain on country gravel, coffee steaming in the dawn, the simple beauty of being alive before another day is gone. None of it looked extraordinary while it was happening then, yet those become the treasures we search for in the end. I built a house for tomorrow and filled it with my dreams, but life was living somewhere else beyond my careful schemes. Now I trade every future plan for one forgotten afternoon, one more ordinary evening beneath an August moon. The sun was setting over Kansas when the lesson finally came. Tomorrow is a horizon, beautiful but impossible to claim. And the greatest tragedy of all is not that life is short, it's realizing too late that the days we called ordinary were the days we were searching for. I spent my 20s chasing highways, my 30s chasing paychecks tall, my 40s building bigger plans, certain that I'll outgrow them all. At the edge of an old cemetery, beyond the county road, there rests a stone without flowers, without a name anyone knows. The letters have been weathered smooth, the dates have disappeared, no one comes on Sundays now to say why he was here. The wind reads what the people forgot, the rain knows where he lies, while generations pass above him without a second glance. Standing there, I wondered if forgetting is our fate, if every life becomes a whisper that slowly fades away. Will it matter who remembers me 100 years from now? Will it matter if my name survives when my voice no longer sounds? Or is the question even deeper than I once believed? knew a man who chased importance, spent his life climbing high, collecting titles, collecting applause, trying to outlive time. Every room knew who he was, every paper knew his face, yet somehow there was always an emptiness he couldn't replace. 'Cause recognition is a mirror that never stays complete. The more you ask it who you are, the less it seems to speak. By the end he had achievements, more than most could ever claim. Yet what haunted him wasn't failure, it was wondering if any of it meant a thing. Will it matter who remembers me 100 years from now? Will it matter if my name survives when my voice no longer sounds? Or is the question even deeper than I once believed? Not whether I am remembered, but whether I truly lived. Tonight the prairie wears moonlight like silver on a sea, and somewhere cattle move slowly beneath eternity. The stars above Nebraska still shine as they always have, unconcerned with human glory, unaffected by our paths. And maybe that's the lesson. The universe was never asking for famous names or grand displays. Maybe it only asks whether we notice the sunrise, whether we love despite the pain, whether we gave warmth to another soul before the winter came. A teacher shaping young minds, a mother staying awake all night, a farmer feeding strangers, a friend bringing hope to darkness. None of them may enter history, none may have statues raised, yet the world is carried forward by such invisible grace. The loudest lives are rarely the ones that matter most. Sometimes the greatest legacy leaves no monument at all. Will it matter who remembers me when centuries unfold, when highways change direction and today's stories grow old? Maybe not, but it matters how I spend this hour. It matters who I choose to love. It matters whether I leave this world softer than the one I found. So if one day my grave stands lonely beneath forgotten skies, and no living soul recalls my name, let the record show this. I laughed when laughter found me, I loved when love appeared. I stood beneath the storms of life and faced them without fear, because in the end the tragedy is not being forgotten. The tragedy is reaching the end of the road and realizing you were never truly alive while you were here. I crossed deserts made of sunlight. I crossed valleys dressed in snow. I chased horizons every season, believing I was meant to go. Every town offered a promise, every road called out my name. Every sunrise felt like destiny, every sunset looked the same. I slept beneath 1,000 rooftops, heard 1,000 different prayers, met people full of stories and burdens they could barely bear. Yet every night before I closed my eyes, a question lingered in my soul. If I've traveled this far already, why do I still feel alone? Maybe home was never waiting at the end of some distant road. Maybe home was in the moments I was too distracted to hold. Maybe life isn't about arriving, maybe it's about seeing what's true. And maybe what I've searched for everywhere was standing right beside me too. I met an old drifter in Wyoming. His beard as white as winter rain. He carried everything he owned inside a weather-beaten case. He laughed when I spoke of purpose, smiled when I spoke of plans, then pointed toward the mountains and said they don't care who I am. The river doesn't know my failures, the sky doesn't know my name, yet both have given me more peace than all my years chasing fame. Then he disappeared by morning, leaving only tire tracks in the mud. But somehow those simple words stayed flowing through my blood. Maybe home was never waiting at the end of some distant road. Maybe home was in the moments I was too distracted to hold. Maybe life isn't about arriving, maybe it's about seeing what's true. And maybe what I've searched for everywhere was standing right beside me too. The older I become, the more I notice how quietly the world survives. The moon still visits every evening, the dawn still opens tired eyes. The trees don't hurry toward tomorrow, the rivers don't regret the past. Only people carry clocks inside them and wonder why nothing lasts. I once thought happiness was somewhere beyond the next county line, beyond the next promotion, beyond the next great climb. But every dream I finally reached became another thing behind me, and every answer I uncovered left a deeper mystery. A mother rocking a newborn child, a farmer kneeling in the rain, a soldier reading an old letter, a widow speaking to a frame. The world is built from little moments history forgets to write, yet those are often the very things that give existence light. Not the headlines, not the fortune, not the statues made of stone, but ordinary acts of mercy that quietly become our home. Maybe home was never waiting beyond the edge of the plains. Maybe it lived inside the people who loved us through our pain. Maybe life isn't a destination, maybe it's a borrowed flame, and every soul is simply learning how to carry it through the rain. Now when the evening settles softly across the fields of gold,
on a dusty map in Oklahoma, 100 roads split from the same line. Some led west toward the mountains, some vanished into pines. When I was young, they all looked endless, all shining in the sun. I believe somehow I'd travel every single one. But life is not a riverboat that drifts wherever it may please. It's a door that closes quietly every time you choose a key. And every yes creates a shadow of 1,000 silent no's, a truth I didn't understand when I was 20 years old. I still wonder about the roads I never took, the names I never learned, fires I never sat beside, the bridges I never burned. Every choice became a lifetime, every step erased another view. somewhere there's another version of the boy I used to be, a rancher beneath Wyoming skies, or a sailor on the sea. Maybe he married someone different. Maybe he never left his town. Maybe he found a kind of peace I've spent decades chasing down. But those lives exist only in questions, like stars hidden by daylight skies, close enough for imagination, too far away to verify. The hardest thing about growing older isn't watching dreams depart. It's learning every path not taken still echoes in the heart. I still wonder about the roads I never took, the names I never learned, the fires I never sat beside, the bridges I never burned. Every choice became a lifetime. Every step erased another view, and the man I finally became was shaped by what I didn't do. An old switchman at a railway yard once told me near Cheyenne, every train that leaves this station creates another train that can't. Then he pointed toward the tracks, stretching into evening light, and said, regret comes from believing you could have ridden every ride. For years those words felt heavy, like stones inside my coat, until I watched the autumn geese cross a crimson horizon alone. Not one bird turned around to measure the skies it left behind. It simply trusted where it was going and surrendered the rest to time. The forest is not weakened by the branches it never grew. The river is not broken by valleys it never knew. The moon does not apologize for places beyond its glow. Yet people carry ghost lives everywhere they go. We mourn the futures we imagined, the stories we designed, without noticing the miracle of the life already mine. I still wonder about the roads I never took, and maybe I always will. The cabin by a northern lake, the farm beyond the hill. But every loss became a compass, every ending drew a line, guiding me toward the only road that could ever have been mine. Tonight the stars hang over Kansas like lanterns in the dark, and somewhere beyond the silence live all the lives I missed. But they no longer haunt me, because
'cause I finally understand. A meaningful life isn't built by walking every road. It's built by walking one road deeply enough to leave footprints on your soul. There's a lantern burning lonely in a farmhouse far away, where the fields have turned to silence and the children moved away. The porch still knows their footsteps, though the years have worn them thin. And the screen door keeps on singing to a wind that won't come in. An old clock hangs beside the window, its hands too tired to move, like a weary soul still waiting for a dream it couldn't prove. The dust drifts through the hallway like memories set free, and every room is holding a piece of history. We spend our lives collecting things we cannot take beyond the rain, chasing shadows through the seasons, calling old ghosts by their names. The stars don't care who's rich or poor. The river doesn't know our plans, and in the end we're only stories carried by the hands of time. I met a man beside the railroad with silver in his hair. He said, "Son, I crossed this country looking for somewhere. I searched the mines of Colorado, worked the timber in the north, spent 40 years chasing tomorrow, till tomorrow wasn't worth much more." His eyes looked like abandoned highways stretching through forgotten land, full of roads he never traveled and dreams that slipped right through his hands. Before he left, he smiled softly and spoke words I still recall. The saddest thing ain't losing everything, it's never knowing what mattered at all. We spend our lives collecting things we cannot take beyond the rain, chasing shadows through the seasons, calling old ghosts by their names. The stars don't care who's rich or poor. The river doesn't know our plans, and in the end we're only stories carried by the hands of time. Tonight the prairie wears a blanket made of moonlight and regret, and every mile behind me feels like a promise I forget. The grain elevators stand like giants, guarding memories of the past, watching generations come and go like clouds that never last. The world keeps building monuments, towers reaching for the sky. Yet every kingdom ever built eventually says goodbye. And somewhere in the endless dark, beyond ambition, fear and fame, the universe keeps turning like it never knew our names. A hawk flies over empty valleys, a train rolls through the night. The mountains wear their ancient wisdom while cities chase the light. And all the wars and all the victories and every crown that men have worn become no more than whispers by another distant dawn. What remains is not the fortune, not the trophies on the shelf, but the kindness we have given when nobody could help themselves. We spend our lives collecting things we cannot carry through the storm, yet love survives the passing years, long after flesh is gone. The stars don't care who's rich or poor. The river doesn't know our plans, but somewhere beyond the fading horizon, grace still waits for every man. The lantern in that farmhouse window still burns against the dark, a fragile little flame reminding every wandering heart. The measure of a life ain't counted by the gold a man has known, but by the light he leaves behind when he finally goes home. There was an oak tree by the courthouse, older than the town itself. It watched young lovers carve their names, then watched those names become someone else. It saw boys leave for distant battles and gray-haired veterans return. It saw promises become regrets and lessons nobody wants to learn. I used to sit beneath its branches, certain life was mine to steer, certain I had endless summers, endless roads and endless years. But certainty is a fragile thing, like smoke rising from a flame, one strong wind from the hands of time, and nothing stays the same. I thought I was passing through the years, but the years were passing through me, taking pieces I never noticed till they became memory. The clock upon the station wall never cared about my plans, just kept turning silent circles beyond the reach of man. A waitress in a roadside diner poured coffee every dawn. 40 years of greeting strangers before her strength was gone. Most folks never learned her story, never knew her dreams by name. Yet she carried kindness like a lantern through ordinary days. Sometimes I think the world is measured not by power, wealth, or fame, but by the quiet hearts that brighten places history never claims. Because greatness often hides itself where no spotlight ever shines, living in forgotten people who make ordinary life divine. I thought I was passing through the years, but the years were passing through me, taking pieces I never noticed till they became memory. The clock upon the station wall never cared about my plans. It just kept turning silent circles beyond the reach of man. One autumn evening near Montana, I watched geese crossing the sky, flying toward another season, without asking questions why. Not one bird carried a suitcase, not one bird feared the change. Yet people spend their entire lives resisting what they can't arrange. We fight against the coming winter, we mourn the summers left behind, while nature keeps accepting truths that human hearts deny. The river never argues with the path it's meant to take. Yet I spent years wrestling currents that were never mine to change. The moon climbed over empty wheat fields, the stars spread far and wide, and for a moment all my worries seemed impossibly small beside a universe still moving long before my birth began, and destined to keep moving long after I'm gone. That's when I understood life was never ours to possess, only ours to experience. I thought I was passing through the years, but the years were passing through me, writing stories on my face only mirrors could read. The clock upon the station wall will keep turning when I'm gone, but maybe
that's what makes each moment worth holding on to. One day another traveler will stand beneath that courthouse tree, thinking he has all the time in the world, the same way I believed. And maybe he'll learn sooner what took a lifetime for me to see. The greatest thief was never age, it was believing.
I learned to bleed in quiet ways, where no one sees the hurt that stays. No screaming heart, no shattered sky, just slow goodbye behind my eyes. I smile like nothing's gone at all, while something in me starts to fall. Not loud, not sharp, not overnight, just fading out of my own life. The world keeps talking like it knows, but it don't see where sorrow grows, deep under skin behind the pride, where I still keep you locked inside. I learned to bleed in quiet ways, through empty nights and empty days. No rescue call, no saving hand, just learning how to understand that love don't always break with noise. It disappears without a voice, it leaves you standing in between what's real and what you've never been. There's a mirror I avoid at dawn, it shows me how much you are gone, not as a face but as a weight that time refused to separate. I walk through rooms I used to share, still feel your absence in the air, like something living, something near, that only I can never hear. Even my shadow walks too slow, like it forgot where I should go, and every step just drags behind a version of you in my mind. I learned to bleed in quiet ways, through empty nights and empty days. No rescue call, no saving hand, just learning how to understand that love don't always break with noise. It disappears without a voice, and leaves you standing in between what's real and what you've never been. If silence had a shape or face, it would wear your empty space and teach me how to stay alive without the reason to survive. Now I don't ask for better days, I just accept these faded grays, and and every sunrise feels the same. Another way to say your name. I stopped believing in repair. Some wounds are more than we can bear. They don't get better, they just learn to quietly, endlessly burn. Yeah, I learned to bleed in quiet ways, and I've been doing it for days. No end, no start, no clean goodbye. Just a man too tired to cry. And if they ask what broke my soul, tell them love was in control. And it didn't shout, it didn't fade, it just stayed and stayed and stayed and stayed.
The richest man I ever knew lived in a house beside the creek. But when he died, they found him there with lonely tears upon his cheeks. He owned the fields beyond the valley, the cattle barns and acres wide. Yet every night he ate alone, with silence sitting by his side. His children lived 1,000 miles away, too busy building lives of their own. And all the wealth he spent decades chasing couldn't stop him dying alone. That night I stood beneath the stars and watched the darkness slowly fall, wondering if the things we treasure most are never things at all. It's the things we never saw, the moments slipping through our hands, the sunsets missed, the words unsaid, the dreams we didn't understand. We spend our years chasing tomorrow, thinking time will always wait, till one cold morning we discover tomorrow came too late. My father carried rough hands, cracked by winters, scarred by years. He wasn't much for talking, but he taught through sweat and tears. Every morning before sunrise, he'd walk the fields alone, and somehow make that broken land feel more like home. Back then I wanted city lights, fast roads and distant skies. I thought wisdom belonged to books, not old men with tired eyes. Now his chair sits empty by the window, the coffee cup untouched for years, and every lesson I ignored returns more clear. It's the things we never saw, the moments slipping through our hands, the sunsets missed, the words unsaid, the dreams we didn't understand. We spend our years chasing tomorrow, thinking time will always wait, till one cold morning we discover tomorrow came too late. I met a woman years ago who loved me without condition. She never asked for promises, only my attention. But I was busy chasing shadows, convinced success would set me free. And by the time I turned around, she was only memory. Funny how the heart remembers what ambition leaves behind. A laugh, a touch, a rainy evening, tiny treasures time can't hide. The older that I grow, the less I think I know. Except the greatest losses in this life are often the ones we choose. The river doesn't hurry, the mountains never race, the moon still rises faithfully without concern for place. Yet mankind runs in circles, measuring success and fame, while missing all the simple things that gave life meaning anyway. A child laughing in a doorway, a mother humming softly at night, a friend waiting on the front porch, a hand reaching for yours in the dark. It's the things we never saw, the blessings hidden in plain sight, the ordinary little moments that shine the brightest in hindsight. The years will take our fortunes, the wind will scatter every plan, but love, kindness, and memory outlive the strongest man. So if you're driving down some back road as the evening sky turns gold, don't wait until your hair is silver to hold the people you hold, because the saddest words a soul can speak when the final shadows fall are not I lost everything, but I never noticed what I had at all.
An old man sat beside the river every evening after dark, watching water cross the valley like thoughts crossing through the heart. Folks would ask him why he came there, why he'd stare for hours alone, but he'd only smile and whisper, some things are better left unknown. The river never told him where it started, where it ends, yet somehow it kept teaching him what no preacher ever can. Because every answer I've collected eventually grew old. But every worthy question stayed alive inside my soul. Why does love arrive so briefly, when its memory lasts so long? Why do the strongest people carry the heaviest burdens on? Why do we spend half a lifetime learning what we should have known? The river never gave me answers, but it taught me I'm not alone. There was a woman in Nebraska who lost everything she owned. The drought took all her harvest, the bank took all her home. Yet every Sunday morning she'd bring flowers to the church, helping people hurt worse than her carry their own hurt. I once asked how she stayed gentle when life had been so unkind. She looked toward the horizon and said, maybe kindness isn't a reward, maybe it's a choice. I've carried those words for decades, like a compass in the dark, guiding me through winters when hope was hard to spark. Why does love arrive so briefly, when its memory lasts so long? Why do the strongest people carry the heaviest burdens on? Why do we spend half a lifetime learning what we should have known? The river never gave me answers, but it taught me I'm not alone. The moon climbed over wheat fields, silver on a sea of gold, and I thought about the countless lives the earth has gently held. Every dream, every promise, every victory, every scar, every soul that once looked upward at these very same stars. Maybe meaning isn't hidden at the end of some grand quest. Maybe it's found in accepting that mystery knows best. The universe keeps breathing without explaining why, yet somehow the sunrise still feels beautiful, even without a reply. A train disappears into darkness, a season fades away, a photograph grows yellow with every passing day. Still people keep on loving, keep planting seeds in spring, keep singing songs around campfires as if tomorrow's guaranteed. Maybe faith isn't certainty, maybe wisdom isn't proof, maybe courage is continuing without possessing truth. Why does love arrive so briefly, when its memory for forever, knowing everything moves on. Why does the heart keep hoping, even after being torn? The river never answered me, but somehow I returned each dawn. Now my hair's turned the color of winter's first snowfall, and I still carry questions too large to solve at all. But I've learned something beautiful. A life isn't measured by how many answers it finds. It's measured by how deeply it learns to live with the questions.
There was a note inside a drawer, written 40 years ago. The son had meant to call his father, but got busy and let it go. The paper turned the shade of winter, the ink began to fade away, yet one word still stood clear as thunder: someday. Someday I'll make that visit. Someday I'll slow down. Someday I'll fix what's broken. Someday I'll come around. But someday is a clever thief. It steals without a sound, and before you know it, all that's left are echoes hanging around. Someday built 1,000 bridges nobody ever crossed, filled the world with silent regrets and opportunities lost. It promised there'd be more tomorrows, more chances down the line. But someday was the greatest lie that ever fooled mankind. An old guitar hung on a nail inside a weathered barn. Its owner always swore he'd learn to play those country songs. He worked and worked and worked some more, always chasing one more goal, till his hands grew weak with age and winter reached his soul. The guitar stayed perfectly tuned, the strings untouched by years, a monument to waiting built from hesitation and fear. Not every dream dies in failure. Some never get the chance, because they spend their whole existence waiting for a better circumstance. Someday built 1,000 bridges nobody ever crossed, fill the world with silent regrets and opportunities lost. It promised there'd be more tomorrows, more chances down the line. But someday was the greatest lie that ever fooled mankind. I knew who kept forgiveness locked behind her ribs for years, certain there would come a moment to release those buried tears. Then one spring morning the phone rang, and the voice on the other end said, "The person you've been waiting to forgive is already dead." No warning, no second chance, no final conversation, just a lesson written sharply across the heart of patience. Because life doesn't schedule endings, it doesn't wait for readiness. The curtain falls whenever it falls, regardless of our preparedness. The river never saves its water, the sunset never saves its light, the meadow doesn't save its blossoms for a more convenient night. Nature spends itself completely, holding nothing in reserve, yet people hoard their love and courage for a future not deserved. They postpone joy, delay gratitude, reschedule wonder, and call it wisdom. Someday build 1,000 castles in the corners of the mind, yet none were ever occupied before the end of time. The dreams we act upon today become the stories we can tell. The dreams we leave for someday often leave with us as well. Now whenever evening settles across the fields and telephone lines, I think about that little word that steals so many lives. And if I've learned one thing at all beneath these prairie skies, it's this: the opposite of death isn't living, it's now. Because everything important has always been happening right here before someday arrives. I knew a man who owned the valley, every fence and field in sight. His barns were full, his name was known, his windows glowed at night. Folks spoke of him like he was lucky, like fortune walked beside his shoes. But nobody could hear the silence that echoed through his rooms. He counted cattle every morning, counted dollars every fall, yet never learned the value of the things that weren't for sale at all. When winter came and took his strength and left him staring at the sky, the only thing he asked the nurse was, did I spend my years right? What is the weight of an empty pie?
apart. What good are roads that lead to riches if they tear a soul apart? The graveyard never asks a question about the money that you made, only whether you left some light behind before you faded away. A railroad crossed the county line, running west toward distant dreams, and every young man thought salvation lived somewhere beyond those tracks. They chased bright cities, bigger futures, names carved high in glass and steel. But years later many returned, still searching for something real. Because success can build a mansion, it can buy a diamond ring, but it can't replace a father's voice or the comfort that home can bring. Some lessons only visit us when youth has packed its bags and gone, when the mirror starts revealing how brief the road we're on. What is the weight of an empty pocket compared to an empty heart? What good are roads that lead to riches if they tear a soul apart? The graveyard never asks a question about the money that you've made, only whether you left some light behind before you faded away. One evening by the riverbank, I watched the water drift downstream, carrying branches, leaves, and shadows like fragments of forgotten dreams. The river never tried to hold them, never begged them all to stay. It simply kept on moving forward and let the current have its way. That's when I understood something the years it tried to teach. Everything we truly own lies beyond our reach. The laugh of a child in summer, a hand held through a storm, a promise kept when nobody watched, a heart that stayed warm. The mountains don't remember titles, the stars don't care for fame. The wind blows over every kingdom, exactly the same. Generals, farmers, saints, and strangers, each one takes the final ride, and every banner ever raised eventually falls with time. Yet mercy lasts a little longer, and kindness travels far, sometimes farther than the lifetime of the one who gave it away. What is the weight of an empty pocket compared to a peaceful soul? What use is owning half the world if you've nowhere left to go? The years will
love becomes a lantern that survives old age. So if you're standing at a crossroads under a fading evening sky, remember this: a wealthy man can die forgotten, a humble man can live forever. And the stories people tell long after goodbye.
There was a boy who lived beside a river wide and clear. He'd skip stones across the water every summer of the year. He dreamed about the distant cities, the lights beyond the hills, convinced that happiness existed somewhere farther still. The river seemed too ordinary, the stars too common in the sky. The voices gathered round his table, too familiar to admire. So he spent his youth chasing wonders, certain greatness lay ahead, never noticing the treasures already where he lived. Funny how the heart works that way, wanting what it doesn't own, crossing oceans for an answer that was waiting back at home. We'd pay a heavy price for wisdom, more than gold could ever buy, because the things that matter most are often seen only in goodbye. Years later he became successful, his name known far and wide. He built a life of shining surfaces and wore achievement with pride. But one autumn evening in a hotel overlooking city lights, a strange loneliness arrived and stayed throughout the night. He thought about his mother's laughter, his father's boots beside the door, the dog that slept beneath the porch swing, the creek behind the store. And suddenly those simple memories felt richer than anything he'd gained, like discovering too late that diamonds had fallen like rain. Funny how the heart works that way, wanting what it doesn't own, crossing oceans for an answer that was waiting back at home. We pay a heavy price for wisdom, more than gold could ever buy, 'cause the things that matter most are often seen only in goodbye. The older I become, the more I notice life hides miracles in plain sight. A cup of coffee shared at sunrise, a porch light glowing in the night, a child running through a meadow, a friend who calls just to ask why, a hand resting on your shoulder when tears gather in your eyes. None of these make headlines, none of these become famous tales, yet somehow they carry a weight that all ambition fails. The world keeps selling bigger dreams, bigger houses, faster roads, while the soul quietly longs for simpler things it already knows. The meadow never envies mountains, the sparrow never seeks a crown, the moon doesn't compare its brightness to the stars around. Only people spend their lifetimes measuring what they lack, while heaven keeps placing blessings directly in their path. And sometimes the cruelest lesson life ever lets us learn is discovering the value of a thing the moment it can never return. Funny how the heart works that way, running circles through the years, searching for extraordinary moments while overlooking what is near. The richest souls aren't those who gathered everything they could acquire, but those who learned to recognize the beauty they already had. If I could send one message backward to the boy beside that stream, I'd tell him, one day you'll spend your whole life searching for the very things you're living now. So look around, because someday these ordinary days will become the most valuable memories you own. I used to curse the storm clouds that gathered over my days, the doors that wouldn't open, the dreams that slipped away. I envied all the lucky ones whose road seemed smooth and straight, while mine kept turning into lessons hidden behind mistakes. Every scar felt like a sentence, every setback felt unfair, and every mile I traveled seemed to lead nowhere. Back then I thought success meant reaching some distant shining shore. I didn't know the waves were teaching what the ocean was for. The roads that broke me first The nights I begged would end were the nights that carried me on. Every loss became a teacher, every wound became a guide. And the man I am today was built by the storms I survived. There was a miner in Kentucky who spent 40 years below, digging through the mountain darkness most folks would never know. His hands looked carved from granite, his back bent with age. Yet when asked if he regretted it, he smiled and simply said, "Sun diamonds aren't the only things pressure creates with time. The earth shaped every stone I found, and hardship helped shape mine." Those words followed me for years, like a hymn carried by the wind, growing louder every season as my hair turned thin. The roads that broke me first were the roads that made me strong. The nights I begged would end were the nights that carried me on. Every loss became a teacher, every wound became a guide. And the man I am today was built by the storms I survived. Now when I see an old oak tree standing against the rain, I don't admire its branches first, I admire what it has sustained. The winters that tried to break it, the lightning that left its mark, the years it spent growing roots deep inside the dark. Because strength is rarely born from comfort, ease, or praise. It comes from carrying burdens through impossible days. And wisdom doesn't arrive smiling, it usually enters disguised, looking like disappointment before revealing its light. The canyon owes its beauty to centuries of erosion. The pearl begins as irritation, the river starts with motion. Even the stars above us were forged inside collapse. So why should human greatness be born any other path? Maybe pain was never punishment, maybe struggle wasn't wrong. Maybe some of life's best chapters need hardship to belong. The roads that broke me first were the roads that led me home. The valleys I feared forever taught me how to climb alone. Every chapter I once hated became a part of who I'd be, and every storm I wished away
was secretly shaping me. So now when thunder fills the distance and dark clouds cross my sky, I don't ask why they found me. I ask what they came to teach. Because the strongest bridges were not built on calm water, and the strongest souls were not built on easy roads.